Hey, it's Hopes here with another Hearthstone card review for the Murder at Castle Nathria set. This time we are actually getting the final suspect for the set, and thus one of the final legendaries for the entire set. So let's begin with the first card being Widow Bloom Seedsman, which is a 4-cost Druid minion with 3 attack, 2 HP. Battle Cry, draw a nature spell, gain an empty mana crystal. This card is just broken as shit. There's no way to put it besides that. I don't know why we are seeing more ramp druid support when we didn't really need it. We needed some more death rattle druid support if the main synergy for the suspect of druid is going to be death rattle, and we barely got any of that. Druid seems like it's all over the board on what decks that you can actually make, which from a content perspective isn't a bad thing, but from a general player's point of view, this could be considered really bad just because there's no one direction classes being pushed in, and thus it might actually be weaker than some of the other classes. But then again, Druid is incredibly strong right now, so maybe they didn't need some additional decks in the metagame. Either way, I don't see a world where this doesn't see play. It's just a really good minion that lets you ramp up really quickly and allows you to draw into more of your nature spells, thus allowing you more likely being able to ramp even more quickly after this. Imagine using this and then drawing into a Nourish, and then the next turn you follow up this card with a Nourish, and you're already way ahead on mana compared to anyone else could be in the game. And now for the next card, which is Ara'lon. He is the suspect for Hunter. He, of course, is a minion for Hunter with 5 costs, 4 attack, and 5 HP. With the battle cry, summon one of each dormant wild seed. So this is kind of frustrating to see. Basically, it is a repeat of Zymox, where it isn't a big payoff for a wild seed deck, similar to how Zymox isn't a payoff for a relic deck. Instead, both of these cards just help support the other cards in the archetype instead of allowing you to have some big type of push. And honestly, this one's just kind of boring. Sure, you're getting one of each wild seed, but there's so many other fun little effects that you could have done, such as like do damage according to how many wild seeds you spawn during a game, or something else along those lines. I don't know. There's a lot of design space that you could have, especially given the fact that the other Hunter Legendary basically does the same thing, except it relies on infuse instead of having dormant wild seeds. I think this one will probably see a lot more play than the infused Hunter Legendary, but at the same time, it's just really boring. It's kind of disappointing, especially because Ara'lon is a character that was already dead in Shadowlands before the expansion actually happened, so there was a lot of design space they could have actually just made up for him, but instead they decided to rely on just summoning wild seeds. Alright, now time for the next card revealed, which is Orna Mansion Manager, which is a 4-cost legendary minion for Mage with 3 attack, 5 HP. After a friendly secret is revealed, cast a different Mage secret and gain +2/+2. This is actually a really cool design space for a legendary minion. It's really a shame that we are only seeing one secret in this new set, unless the remaining Mage card is also a secret. But even then, I think you'll probably see a lot of play if Secret Mage does become a deck again. It's one of those archetypes that does get support here and there, and then gets pushed for maybe one set, and then maybe gets an additional card in the following set, and then gets forgotten for the rest of a rotation. But I think this is probably one of the better payoffs that we've actually seen for Secret Mage, as it does allow you to easily replace each individual secret that you actually trigger, and also does work pretty well with the neutral minion that allows you to discover a secret from another class, because his effect doesn't require it to be a mage secret. It just gives you a mage secret to replace whatever secret actually gets triggered. This is basically a better Gospodar, except it costs 1 more and is only for mage. So honestly, this probably will see some play. We just need a little bit more support, I would say, in the secret department for Mage for it to be really, really good. And now time for a neutral card. Party Crasher, which is a 8-cost neutral epic minion with 7 attack, 9 HP. Battle Cry, choose an enemy minion, throw a random minion from your hand at it. I don't think this has actually been confirmed, but I'm assuming it's going to act as a pseudo charge where it targets the minion that you're trying to throw something at it, and then if it survives, you're going to keep whatever minion you threw. Otherwise, the minion will die, and probably the minion that you're targeting will die. I guess in theory, this could ignore taunt also, which would make it a little bit of a better card. And honestly, this isn't a bad removal tool for some big decks that might be missing it already. Though I don't know if you'd want to run this over some of the other cards. It really just depends on how you're going to want to use this. You're not going to want to use it in a deck with a bunch of small minions because it's not really going to do much. But if you can actually rely on buffing up your hand a bunch, or having just really large minions anyways in your deck, such as using it in a Vander deck, this card probably will see a little bit of play. Druid is probably one of the better homes for it, just because naturally Druid likes to run a lot of big minions. And it does actually give Druid a little bit of Death Rattle support if the Death Rattles actually trigger off of whatever minion you are throwing. Outside of that, it's probably just an alright card. Alright, so those were all the cards revealed today. Let me know down below which ones you're looking most forward to use. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.